Okay, let's look for today's video on the iPhone. There it is. Okay, let's look for today's video. Sounds good. Okay. Get rid of the gum, drink Vasa. Wasser ist geht. Ah, get the Wasser. All right. So let's get back to researching about this ether drag, ether is gravity. So what's the story with that? So in the 19th century, the theory of the luminiferous ether as the hypothetical medium for the propagation of light waves was widely discussed. The ether hypothesis arose because physicists of that era could not conceive of light waves propagating without a physical medium in which to do so. When experiments failed to detect the hypothesized luminiferous ether, they didn't fail to detect it, they failed to detect its velocity because they assumed wrong numbers. Physicists conceived explanations for the experiment's failure, which preserved the hypothetical ether existence. The ether drag hypothesis proposed that the luminiferous ether is dragged by or entrained within moving matter. According to one version of this hypothesis, no relative motion exists between Earth and ether. According to another, no, that's not good. That doesn't make any sense. According to another version, the Earth does move relative to the ether, and the measured speed of light should depend on the speed of this motion. I don't know what that means. Ether wind, which should be measurable by instruments at rest on Earth's surface. In 1818, Augustin Jean Fresnel proposed that the ether is partially entrained by matter. In 1845, George Stokes proposed that the ether was completely entrained within or in the vicinity of matter. All right, so everybody's wrong thus far. Although Fresnel's almost stationary theory was apparently confirmed by Fizeau experiment, Stokes' theory was apparently confirmed by Michelson-Morley's experiment, 1881, 1887. Why is there two dates for this experiment? It was published in 1887. Hendrik Lorentz resolved this contradictory situation in his own ether theory, which banished any form of ether dragging. Albert Einstein excluded ether as a mechanical medium. In 1905, yes, but not later. Partial ether dragging in 1810. Anyway, this is all nonsense. There's no one proposed a theory of ether. Like what? Well, why? All these theories, what ether does, there's no explanation why it does what it does, and that therefore these are not scientific. These are just guesses. Partial ether dragging. In 1810, Francois Arago realized that variations in the refractive index of a substance predicted by the corpuscular theory would that's nonsense. In 1818, Fresnel examined Arago's, that's useless. Okay, problems with partial ether drag. Fresnel's dragging coefficient was directly confirmed. I don't care. Fizeau, I don't know what that means. In general, with the aid of this coefficient, the negative result of all optical ether drift experiments sensitive. That's nonsense. Complete ether dragging. For George Stokes, the model of an ether which is totally unaffected by or only partially affected by moving matter. This is nonsense. So I need to actually search for the word gravity in this context. Problems of complete ether dragging. Complete ether dragging can explain the negative. I don't care. The Sagnac effect shows that two rays of light emanated from the same light source in different directions on a rotating platform require different times to come back to the light source. However, if the ether is completely dragged by the platform, this effect should not occur at all. I don't get it. I don't get it. I mean, we need the rotation to show interference pattern, just as the Michelson's interferometer is designed to do. Oliver Lodge conducted experiments in 1890 seeking evidence that the propagation of light is influenced by being in the proximity of large that's nonsense. It is inconsistent with the phenomenon of stellar aberration. I don't care about that. Stokes' responses to those problems. Stokes already in 1845 introduced some additional assumptions in order to bring theory into accord with experiment. I don't care. I want a theory. Even though Stokes' aberration or a gravitational ether, another version of Stokes' model was proposed by Theodore de Coudre and Wilhelm Wien. 1900. They assume that ether dragging is proportional to the gravitational mass. That is, the ether is completely dragged by the Earth and only partially dragged by small objects on Earth. And to save Stokes' explanation of aberration, Max Planck, 1899, argued in a letter to Lorentz that the ether might not be incompressible. The ether is incompressible, but condensed by gravitation in the vicinity of Earth. No, it's actually it's in low pressure due to Earth vicinity, and this would give the conditions needed for the theory of Stokes-Planck theory. When compared with the experiment above, this model can explain the positive results of the experiments of Fison and Sagnac, because the small mass of those instruments can only partially or not at all drag the ether. What are they talking about with the drag? I don't get it. And for the same reason, it explains the negative result of Lodge's experiment. It is also compatible with Hammer's and Michelson-Morley experiment, as the ether is completely dragged by the large mass of Earth. That's nonsense. However, this theory was directly refuted by the Michelson-Gate-Pearson experiment, 1925. The great difference of this experiment, so we started looking into this experiment. 1 second, let me switch sunglasses. Oh, this is a talk. So here's the article. Okay, the Michelson-Gale-Pearson experiment, 1925, is a modified version of the Michelson-Morley experiment and the Sagnac interferometer. Does it rotate? Does this interferometer rotate? It measured the Sagnac effect. What is the Sagnac effect? Also called Sagnac interference, named after French physicist George Sagnac, is a phenomenon in interferometry that is elicited by rotation. The Sagnac effect manifests itself in a setup called the ring interferometer, or I don't know what that means. What's wrong with Michelson's interferometer due to the Earth's rotation? Okay, so it measured the Sagnac effect due to Earth's rotation. Earth rotation, okay. And thus tests the theories of special relativity and luminiferous ether along the rotating frame of Earth experiment. The aim, what is this? What is that? The aim, as it was first proposed by Albert Michelson in 1904 and then executed in 1925 by Michelson and Gale, was to find out whether the rotation of the Earth has an effect on the propagation of light in the vicinity of the Earth. Michelson-Gale experiment was a very large ring interferometer, a perimeter of 1.9 kilometers. That it doesn't sound like they were rotating it, so that's useless. Large enough to detect the angular velocity of the Earth. No, no, no. They were trying to detect the rotation of the Earth through the ether while not rotating. They were using the Earth rotation to find the ether. But how? You need to rotate the interferometer. How do you expect to get a positive result? Like the original Michelson-Morley experiment, the Michelson-Gale-Pearson version compared the light from a single source, carbon arc, after traveling in two directions. The major change was to replace the two arms of the original Michelson-Morley version with two rectangles, one much larger than the other. That doesn't help. That's completely useless. Nothing changes as the Earth rotates about itself. Nothing changes with respect to the ether. You're not gonna discover. So this experiment is useless. That's why they found nothing. This is a completely useless experiment. So they never rotated. Okay, we have nothing to worry about. So we're done. It's good. We're in good shape. And this is obviously a ridiculous equation. This has nothing to do with what we're doing. We don't have any of this. I don't know what sine phi is. Light was sent into the rectangles, reflecting off mirrors at the corners and returned to the starting point. Light exiting the two rectangles was compared on a screen just as the light returning from the two arms would be in a standard Michelson-Morley experiment. The expected fringe. I mean, it's good that it's a kilometer or 2 kilometers, but it's not rotating. Obviously, at this size, you cannot rotate. You could also use water or anything to slow down light. What else can you use to slow down light? I don't think there's much to be used. You can use glass or anything else that seriously slows it down. But even glass, it slows it down by like 30%. That's basically insignificant, which is already what we're doing when we're using. Oh, we should take that into account. We should maybe take it into account that we're slowing down light in an optic fiber cable. I think light is significantly slowed down. Wait, we have comments. Let me see the comments. Of course, they rotated it. No, they didn't. No, they didn't. They didn't rotate it with respect. You need to rotate it. What do you mean? You need to rotate the apparatus. What do you mean, LOL? Okay, so explain LIGO. What do you mean? LIGO is stationary. LIGO doesn't rotate. Only from our reference frame. We really shouldn't. Shouldn't do what? The orbit. Look, let me give you the link so you can join me and talk to me because I don't know what you're writing. You're writing and writing and writing. Just join me. Talk to me. Say whatever it is you want to say. We can discuss because I don't know what you're asking. Honestly, I just don't know. Well, you keep mentioning LIGO. What do you expect to get from LIGO? Let me draw. Let me see first that. Where is the video? Let me just make sure Discord. Wait, and let me check. The audio is good. Okay, hopefully Discord is not gonna mess me up too much. Echo cancellation. All right. LIGO is an interferometer, yes, but it's not a Michelson interferometer. We need a Michelson interferometer. We need to be able to rotate the interferometer so that the wind of the ether wind blows in different directions so that we get a change in the interference pattern. We need to see there are three of them. Look, I'm not going to keep reading your comments, unfortunately, because why don't you just join me? I'll draw you LIGO R at 90 degrees. Yeah, but the interference pattern doesn't change. I'm on my way. Okay. Look, the interference pattern doesn't change. So you're not. Let me draw it for you. Let's think about it together. Michelson and Morley, the Michelson interferometer is the only way I know to detect the ether speed. La 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 la. Okay, why we need to rotate? La 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 la. All right. So why do we need to rotate the interferometer? Hopefully, 1 second. Hopefully, I'll be able to explain that. Okay. So it's pretty simple. This is the Earth. I'm assuming. Here's my assumption. My assumption is that GR is the ether. And that's actually Einstein's position in 1920 in his lecture in Leiden. That is literally what he said. So it's not like I'm the only one. You cannot really accuse me of being the only one to hold this position. It's me and Einstein. Not that Einstein agrees with me on everything, but at least he mentions this. Sorry. Okay. Anyway, so this is the ether. The ether is gravity. So Jaws. Can you hear me? Are you the Jaws? Why don't you? Okay, you want to join me here for now? That's good. Okay. Wait, did we ever? Have we spoken before? Okay. Wait, you're all broken up. You're cutting in and out. Your audio. Something is wrong with your audio. Yeah, you're cutting in and out. You want to try again? Okay, you keep cutting in and out. I don't like you don't finish sentences. Why don't you join me? I gave you the link to join me in StreamYard. StreamYard should be more straightforward. I'll give you the link here too. Where is this? Oh, I'm not sharing it. I didn't even share it. Oh my god, this is so terrible. Okay, click on the link that ends with AD. Anyway, so this is what it looks like. This is this is the ether / gravity. This is what I'm assuming. So this is the surface of the Earth. This is how I denote the surface of the Earth. And here is a person standing on the surface of the Earth. Yeah. You keep cutting in and out. I don't know what you're saying. I don't know what to tell you. What's wrong with your mic? Okay, you gotta fix your mic. I don't know what the connection is bad or something. I mean, the mic connection sounds like your mic. Sounds like you have a bad mic. Anyway, here's a person, and here, okay, you're out. But why don't you try to log into the link I gave you to the StreamYard? Log into StreamYard, then your audio should be a little better, maybe, hopefully. Okay, so here is a person. There is a person here. And the next thing is, here is the ether rain, right? So the ether is always coming down towards the center of the earth. Anywhere you stand on earth, the ether always comes down at you. And that's actually, and it goes through you. And that is actually what is dragging you towards the earth. And that is what is dragging the apple. Here is the apple. Why does the apple fall towards the ground? Because the ether goes through it and forces it down. And why does the moon want... Oh, there you are. Okay, let's hope that it's better. Okay.
Right.
Can you... Yeah, I'm listening.
Right. So you're talking about interferometry, right? And you're talking about, I get what you mean by rotation, but no matter how you do it, you're going to see a fringe. If there's a fringe, if there's a need for it to create a drag, no matter where you're pointed, as long as you're pointed towards your direction of velocity, you'll get the fringe pattern if it's there.
Yes.
But
yes,
it's never been detected.
Yes. Incorrect.
Not incorrect.
Yes, incorrect.
Not incorrect.
So, well...
Show me where it's been detected.
Well, if you let me finish the sentence, then I will show you everything. So, you always get an interference pattern when you have two sources of light that you point them.
Sure.
Or if you have a source of light, you split it in two, and then you point it somewhere. Like any interferometer. If I go to YouTube...
That's because there's a wave.
Yes. Let.
I'm with you.
No, I'm just. Let me just show you just an inter.
So light disproves you in two ways, right? Because not only was it sensitive enough to detect a fringe of light.
Here, this is what an interferometer always looks like.
Yeah, you
this
get a
is yes. No, you get a ring.
You'll get a fringe out of that, or you won't. You're either a line or it doesn't.
Wait, speak slower. What are you saying?
That'll either a line or you'll get that fringe ring.
What?
You either get the alignment.
What?
It'll be a dot. Is my mic gone again or something?
No, you're speaking very fast. You're swallowing your words. I don't know what you're saying, so just speak slower.
I said you'll either get your laser alignment or you'll get a ring.
I don't know why you would say that. Here is an interferometer.
So
I don't know what you're saying, so please speak slower.
Keep going. Keep talking.
Okay. So here is an interferometer output. It never changes. We can go to the beginning. I've never used an interferometer, but this is a video. Excuse me?
Carry on. Yeah, sorry, no, I'm just mumbling. Keep going.
Okay.
Try to fix my audio.
Okay. So here is an interferometer. We'll skip quickly through it to where they start showing the output. As soon as they show the output, you see concentric circles. So there's always an interference. This is just a laser beam. You've never seen a laser beam. Whenever you point it, you go to the store, you buy $1 laser beam to play with your cat. You're making a lot of background noise.
Yeah, so I'm adjusting my mic.
Yeah, so maybe you can mute when you're not talking, and then when you want to talk, you can unmute. 1 second, let me just get a message here. Hi. I'll call you when I am done. All right. So, so whenever you take a laser pointer, you go to the dollar store, you go to wherever, you buy a laser pointer online for $1 or something, and you point it, you get a point. You always get a point. But they are getting concentric circles. They're not getting a point. They're getting an interference pattern. Always. You cannot avoid it. You're always getting an interference pattern. That's the output. That's always the output. If I skip through, as they are adjusting, the concentric circles move in or out depending. He's modifying it with the micrometer. He's shortening or lengthening one of the arms, and he's just changing the interference pattern. But he's always getting an interference pattern. The interference pattern never changes. Okay, so that's it. That's all I need to show.
And how does that prove that's an Aether fringe?
No, this is not an Aether fringe. This
Oh, sorry.
this is a Michelson interferometer. Here's the title.
Mhm.
This is just a Michelson interferometer. That's all it is.
Right.
He invented it. That's it. So we can use this just as Michelson did to detect the ether. So the experiment is outlined on YouTube. There's many theoretical physicists who explain exactly how it's supposed to work. And the way it's supposed to work is you're supposed to rotate it. If you don't rotate it, you will not detect the ether. It comes with the territory. Let me.
Well, I'm going to go out on a limb here and say you ain't going to detect it because it's not there.
That's. I don't. Okay. What do you mean go? I don't know what. I mean.
Well, I'll champion, mainstream science and physics and say you ain't going to find it.
You're
not. It's not there.
Okay, that's mean. To say that you're championing anything is meaningless. To say mainstream science is meaningless. Einstein said in 1920 in Leiden that there is ether, it is gravity. So
Einstein, I don't know where you're getting this from, because Einstein literally needed to get rid of the ether.
No, he didn't.
He did.
And look, I don't want to get. That's not the point.
But this is what you're championing. When I see your videos, you'll do some good stuff, and then you switch to some weird stuff.
No. Look, all I'm saying is you're saying that you're championing mainstream science. So in response to that, I mean, that's a logical fallacy.
No, it's not a logical fallacy. There's actually logic to follow mainstream science.
No, it's not. It's
science works by falsification, right? We look at people's experiments, we test them, we challenge them.
Yes.
So that's consensus.
No.
Yeah.
That has no. Consensus is a logical fallacy.
I'm confused, right? Because I don't know where you stand. You just seem to arbitrarily have different rules.
Well, if you don't let me finish sentences, then we might.
I'm not trying to interrupt you. I'm just trying to, get to what where you stand.
All right, but you have to let me finish sentences. No, consensus science is a logical fallacy of the type of there's at least I think two that you can demonstrate. So one logical fallacy in consensus science is ad populum logical fallacy, and the second is appeal to authority logical fallacy. So it's actually two logical fallacies. So we can dismiss it, but
no, you don't. Slow down. I get what you're saying. Okay, that is one way of saying it. But if you're going to say that, you've got to demonstrate why that is definitely the case, and the proof that mainstream science is operating is wrong.
Right. That has nothing to do with you championing mainstream science.
No, I'm just saying what mainstream science says, right?
No, you're not. And and you're not. And on top of that, you're not. I mean, it's a logical fallacy, and you're not.
Well, I'm saying mainstream science says there's no ether.
Yeah, you're wrong.
Right. I don't know anyone that believes in an ether, and I work in mainstream science.
That's very nice, but
So-
there's one guy. Maybe you've heard of him.
Okay,
His name,
one guy. Yeah, sure.
yeah, maybe you have heard of him. His name is Albert Einstein.
No.
Last I checked, he's not exactly a
Well,
fringe
last I checked, he
scientist.
wasn't alive.
He's what?
Last I checked, he wasn't alive.
Oh, so okay. Look, it's useless. It's a waste of time to go down this path. So
Well-
what? It's a waste of time to discuss what is mainstream, what is not mainstream. It's just a
Okay.
waste of time. So we can just discuss the merits of the issue. So
Okay.
you saying you're going to go out on a limb and predict that the
I thought we weren't going to
experiment.
discuss that.
Excuse me.
I thought you just said we weren't going to discuss that.
Discuss what?
Mainstream. Carry on. Sorry.
Okay. So, so you said you're making a prediction that the experiment that I'm proposing will not discover the ether
And cannot.
and cannot. That's fine. But now I'm waiting to hear your reason why you feel that way. So you saying that you're championing mainstream science is insignificant. You have to provide an argument. So what's your
So,
argument?
My argument is that special relativity already disproves the ether. Quantum mechanics disproves the ether. Light itself disproves the ether. Now,
Okay, let's go.
if we accept
Okay.
the speed of light, which we generally do, because it has
Wait 1
predictions,
second.
it has predictions.
Wait,
Okay.
wait 1 second. Okay, so you said you have 3 arguments that the ether has been disproved. So you said one is special relativity disproved the ether, right?
Uh-huh.
How did special relativity disprove the ether?
How does it disprove the ether?
Yeah, I'm asking.
Because C is at a constant value. There is an initial frame of reference for light. That means that speed is completely, no matter where you are, the same. There's no
Okay.
fringing, there's no shifting, there's no invariance. So
Wait, hold
it
on,
is
hold on.
invariant at every
Hold
reference
on.
frame.
Wait, hold on. So your claim that the speed of light is a constant, or
Yeah,
Einstein's, excuse me?
It's not my claim, it was Einstein's claim.
Right.
But I agree to it, yeah.
Why do you agree to it?
It's when you do the math, when you look at observations, when you see it all come in, it makes the most sense.
Okay, I completely lost you. I'll ask you again. Why do you agree with Einstein that the speed of light is a constant?
Because when you look at the math, when you look at it,
Okay,
when
all
you
right,
see,
all right.
when also
Hold on.
when you see, also see.
Hold
no,
on,
let me finish.
hold
You
on.
just said about
No.
sentence finishing.
No.
Okay.
That's enough. You said enough. When you look at the math, you said when you look at the math. Yeah.
Mhm.
Go on. How do you prove from the? I don't
When
know
you
what
base
math.
things off C,
Wait, what?
right? When you
What?
use the speed
You
of light as
said-
a constant reference frame,
I don't know what you mean.
Right.
Hold on. Slow down.
how is this confusing?
Well, I didn't say it's confusing. I'm trying to stop you after you're saying enough that I can use it to show you that I'm right and you're wrong. I don't need you to continue talking. If you continue talking, you're just going to obfuscate my proof that you're wrong. So please stop talking.
Well, shut up. You carry on.
All right. So you said when you look at the math, yeah, what math? Namely, what math are you talking about?
When you use anything in reference to the speed of light,
No. What math?
when
Show
you
me the
plug
math.
C into anything
No.
that involves the constant of light. Okay.
No. Show me the math. You said when you look at the math. Show me the math.
So if we're looking, I'm going to try.
No, show me the math.
I am. I'm going to try and come up with something that demonstrates it, right? Because light travels at
No. You said math. Show me the math, or retract your claim.
Well, can I show you? I'm not even on a camera.
You said when you look at the math, and then after,
Look,
and then when I asked you,
right?
hold on,
No,
and then when I
I
asked you, hold on. And then when I asked you, you said, "What's confusing? What's
I'm not
confusing?
confused by it.
What's confusing?"
I am
Well,
demonstrating that.
show me the
I
math.
can't show it to you.
Show
I'm
me the
demonstrating
math
it.
or
Don't
retract.
be a prick. Come on, Mister.
Show me the math or retract. It's
I'll
really
retract. I'll
rather.
retract on the basis that you've been an idiot. Sure.
No. Show me the math or retract. I don't know what you don't need.
We're doing it
If
right
you
now.
show me the math, you said when you look at them. I asked you, why do you accept Einstein's claim that the speed of light is a constant?
Because
You said
the
when you
reference
look
frame
at the
mechanics
math,
only
you
work
didn't.
with the
That's the
speed of
second.
light as a
No.
value.
You said
That
when
is math,
you look.
dude.
No. You said show me the math. What math?
Dude, I could just
Why do you?
go out and
I'll ask you again.
do
I'll ask you again. Why do you accept Einstein's claim the speed of light is a constant? You said when you look.
I've told you 3 times. If you ain't gonna
No,
listen,
you didn't.
right?
You said when you look at the math, and I'm asking, show me the math.
Yes, when you
show
look
me
at-
the math or
Shut up.
retract.
Shut up, sir.
You said I'll retract because
Shut
you're
up
an
a sec.
idiot.
If you're gonna let me speak,
No, show me the math or
you're gonna let me
retract.
speak then. You're gonna let
No,
me speak.
show me the math or
You're gonna let
retract.
me speak. I'll retract.
Are you?
I'll demonstrate the equation.
No.
But I was never going to show you a math equation. I'm saying
You said you. No, you said when you look at the math.
Fucking works, dude.
What math?
If
When
you
said
start fringing for an ether, you fuck
no.
up
You
all
said when
mechanics,
you look at the math.
you fuck up
You
all
said
relativity. And here's the
no.
best
You
bit,
said
buddy. Here's the best bit. You have no answer. You have no answer to replace it with.
okay. Look, I asked you. We'll go through this again. I asked you, why do you accept Einstein's claim that the speed of light? Yeah, you told me when you look at the math. I said, show me the math. Show me the math.
When you
No. Show me the math. You
I
said when you
see.
look at the math, and then you said, "What's so confusing? What's so confusing?"
Look, if you
it's a little bit
right.
So I said nothing is confusing. If you answer the question, I'll show you you're wrong.
I said I'd retract for you. So I don't know what
you said you'll retract because I'm an idiot. You need to retract because you lied.
I'm retracting because you're not. You're just not going to listen to the actual answer.
No. You want to retract because you were lying.
Call it what you want. I wasn't lying, dude.
So show me the math.
I'm not lying to you.
So show me the math.
Okay, here you go. Here's 2. Here's some operation.
Show me the math.
Show me
the math. Show me the math that proves the speed of light is a constant. Or retract.
E equals mc squared shows you the light's constant. I don't know what you want about.
Show me the math that proves that the
give you an equation of the speed of light is a constant.
Show me the math that the speed of light is a constant. Show me the math that proves.
I just literally showed it to you.
Yeah, what is it?
An equation E equals mc squared shows you massless particles are at the speed of light.
E equals mc squared, as far as I know.
As far as you know, here we go.
Yeah, as far as I know, is a result of the assumption that the speed of light is a constant. That's how.
Doesn't matter whether your assumption or not. It's what is set as C.
Look, so Einstein's paper starts with 2 assumptions. One of them is that the speed of light is a constant, and Einstein's paper ends with E equals mc squared. So I'm assuming, as far as I remember, it's a conclusion that from assuming that the speed of light is a constant, you get E equals mc squared.
I'm not going to dispute this. I agree with you 100%.
Then I didn't know. No. I don't know this. Don't agree with anything. I don't know this. I'm just saying, as far as I know. Now show me the math that proves the speed of light is a constant.
That is the math that shows it, right?
No.
Yes.
No. Yeah. What do you mean? Yes. Show me the math. What is the math that the speed of light is a constant?
Put a value in for an energy. Do mass times speed of light squared. You've got whatever it is. You will get that is the constant, right?
It's assumed to be a constant.
Yes.
That's the assumption. What do you mean? Yes.
You're not listening.
No. You said when you look at the math. I said, how do you know? Why do you accept Einstein's claim? Why do you
I'm trying to
accept?
reason. I'm trying to reason here a bit, right? I say it. I said literally just now,
Yes.
right? And you
Yes.
keep going on. I said I agree to what you say there.
So,
That
what do you mean
C
you agree with
as
what
the
I'm
constant,
saying?
right? That
I'm
C
not
as the
saying
constant
I don't agree that
was
the speed.
assumed. I agree.
But you said when you look at the math.
Yes, we use that as a reference point.
I don't
Everything's
know.
based off it.
Yeah, but that's not a
That
proof.
constant
That's
of
just an
nature, right?
assumption.
Sure,
What
I
do you
would
mean,
agree to
sure?
that too.
Agreed. I don't. I'm not following. I'm honestly not following.
Our physics, modern physics, works when you accept these values. If they align to
I don't know what
observation,
that means. I don't know what that
so
means. And
if they
there were
come in
no there were
and
no observations.
predicted
There were
values
no
align.
no. Look, you're
It is.
not letting me. You're not
Yeah,
letting me
sorry. Okay.
speak.
Okay. Go on, say something. Go on.
No, you can speak, but as soon as you say something, let me respond. So
Yeah,
go
sure.
ahead.
Sorry.
You can speak.
No, I was finished. You were going to say something.
No, I have nothing to say. I asked you a question. The question still stands.
Einstein even said it himself. We need to know what the speed of light was. Right, that was a lot of what this measuring was.
What
And
measuring? What are
people
you
like
talking about?
Michelson and Morley, right?
Wait,
Would
hold
champion.
on. Hold on.
Okay,
Hold on.
sorry.
No, you after you say
Yeah,
something,
sure.
please wait. Let me ask. Otherwise, it's going to be a long night. Okay, let's start again. Let's start the dialogue tree again.
Let's go.
So I asked you. So
Yeah, go on.
so we. I said that Einstein said. I think that's what happened. Einstein said the speed of light is a constant. Or you said Einstein said the speed of light is a constant. I said, why do you accept Einstein's claim? And you said, when you look at the math.
Yeah, if
And I
you
said,
see, yeah, sorry. Can I say something now,
and
just briefly?
just
Just
before
briefly.
you answer,
Yeah,
just
go on.
before, look, you said when you look at the math.
Yes.
So do you still think there is any math you can show me in order to prove that the speed of light is a
No,
constant?
because you won't accept it, right?
What?
Well, you won't accept it because I'm
Show
guessing.
me.
Well,
Show
we've
me.
measured the speed of light.
Yeah,
I
but
mean,
that's not a mathematical
hold it,
proof. That's an
yeah, but
empirical.
hold it a sec. Just slow down a sec, right?
Hmm. Yes, I'm listening. Are you there?
Other
You're
Hello?
cutting. You're cutting in
Oh,
and out again.
no. I'm just saying, like, it things like cosmology, right? When you like see the redshift come in, and
No,
and
no,
you allow.
no,
Well,
no,
well, let
no,
me.
no,
Oh, no, don't. No. Let me finish. Right?
no,
I'm saying
no,
nice and
no,
useful. Hey,
no, no. We're
right?
not gonna. You're not gonna obfuscate this conversation with
I'm not
mumbo
obfuscating
jumbo.
it. I'm not trying
No,
to
no
obfuscate
mumbo
you.
jumbo.
What is redshift?
No, no,
Light.
no. We're not
It's
discussing
stretched
mumbo
light.
jumbo. No, no, no. We're not doing that. We're not wasting time.
It
I'm
doesn't
not
have to be
wasting.
expansion of space, dude. You
No,
can
we're
have
not
local
wasting
redshift. You can
time.
have local blue shift.
No, stop,
But you
stop,
don't
stop.
believe in wave frequency, then.
Stop, stop, stop.
You
Look,
don't believe in frequency of waves.
stop.
I'm confused. You're telling me to stop. I've got evidence. You don't want it.
Okay, look, I'm pretty much done.
Yeah, I thought you might
So,
be.
yeah. So
Okay.
you said that I'm not going to find evidence that my proposed experiment will fail. You made a prediction.
It will. Your cognitive bias will hold, but your
That's ad
experiment will fail.
hominem. That's an ad hominem
It is an ad
attack.
hominem, sure.
So what? Okay, so it's a logical fallacy.
That doesn't
So how do
matter,
you
dude.
know? Okay, what's your evidence that my
I'm not being cool
experiment?
about it.
Hold on, hold on. What's your evidence that my experiment will fail? What's your evidence?
Because interferometers like LIGO would have detected this fringe shift. LIGO has a super high sensitivity.
Yeah, but it doesn't rotate. So I
There's
started.
two
I,
LIGOs. There's three of them. They're all at different angles. You do know that, right? So when they make detections, they can detect in all different directions. That's how they get locational data.
no, 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 no. That's
Yes,
useless.
yes, yes. If you don't believe me, just go check.
No, I'm saying no. It's useless.
Oh,
Not
is it?
disagreeing.
Why?
Not
Can you
dis.
explain why it's useless?
Yes. Here I have a diagram, and we'll go through the diagram.
Okay, let's be interesting. Yep, come.
Yeah. Okay. So here is my assumption. So my assumption is that the flow.
Einstein made an assumption, and we don't accept. Well, you don't accept it.
No, I didn't say I don't
It's fine.
accept it. All right.
Well, you don't
So
accept the speed of
here
light being c.
I don't accept the speed of light. I
Hmm.
don't. Okay,
Well, you
so
can't, not if you believe in an ether.
here is the paper that I'm in the middle of writing. Proof of Einstein's special relativity's second postulate by Mr. Slave. That's me.
I've seen you working on this one. Yeah.
Yes. So why would you say I disagree with it? The second
No, I've
postulate.
already said to you this. I'm confused with what you do. Remember?
So you can ask me questions. Maybe you
I
don't
won't.
understand.
I'm
Oh,
curious as you seem to be championing old debunked ideas like ether. You seem to be wanting to bring an ether back for some reason. You seem to be really like up on it, and I'm just confused as to why.
okay.
I,
It's a
I, I
good
work quite
question. That's a good question.
I can work. I see a lot of flat earthers, a lot of other people who are totally anti-science, and they're all ether nuts.
I don't know. I never looked at anyone else's work on this topic.
Sure.
So this is a paper that I started writing. I just have the name of the file is Ether
How?
Flux. Excuse me.
Sorry, I was reading that line, and I was just curious as to how that could happen.
How can what happen?
Aether flux.
How can ether flux happen?
No, cause time dilation.
How can ether flux cause time dilation?
Yeah.
I didn't say anything here about ether flux.
Sorry.
This is the wrong. Let me see. Ether flux
Oh,
causes time dilation just like any other relative motion.
oh dear.
Not. I don't even think this is relevant. Come to
Right.
think of it.
I don't think so as well.
What do you mean you don't think so?
Well, I don't think ether flux causes
I
time
said
dilation.
it's not.
I think we
I said it's
permanently
not
create
rel. I said it's not relevant to this paper. I didn't say it's
Right.
incorrect. It happens to be correct. It's just not. It doesn't
Well,
belong
in
in
which
this
case,
paper.
then I'm interested in that. Why do you think that?
Why do I think what?
Aether flux causes time
Mhm.
dilation.
Ether flux causes time dilation. Basically, if you read this paper, you'll see it. Even if you just look at the diagrams, you'll see it. This is the
Well, talk me through it. So I've got an
sure.
explanation
So,
from you, so I
sure
don't get it
here.
wrong. I don't want to get you wrong.
Okay.
See?
Okay. So here is a bathtub from a top view. This
Okay.
is a rubber ducky. The green is a rubber ducky.
Sure. Okay.
The rubber ducky has this instrumentation. It has so it maybe here we'll see it. So it creates a wave. This
Right.
is a
So a pulse
wave,
wave, yeah, circular
a
pulse wave.
pulse, yeah. And then this pulse wave at t equals 1, it's here. At t equals 2, it's here. At t
Sure.
equals 3, t equals 4, t equals 5. And then at t equals 5, it hits the detector.
Yep.
When it hits the detector starts the process over and creates a response
Yeah, a
a
response wave.
response wave. T equals 1, t equals 2, t equals 3, t equals 5. Boom, it hits the original. So I call this the
Okay.
tick, and the bottom one is the
On the top.
tock. So it goes tick tock, tick tock,
Mhm.
tick tock. All right.
It's good.
Yeah. So um so the rubber ducky so it just tick tocks. That's enough here. Let's see the
Yeah. So
next step.
that's your pulse clock, right? Yep.
Yeah, it's a clock. Exactly, it's a clock. It's a clock. And now the rubber ducky is going to move relative to the water or relative to the ether. There's no difference. So as it moves relative to the water, we're going to start the process over while moving. We're going to tick tock while moving.
Yeah. Okay.
And what we're going to what we're going to see is that what we're going to see is that it's going to take more it's going to take more what we call time.
From whose point of view?
Exactly. From our point of view, it takes more time. So this is time dilation.
Yeah. So if
Because
we're not on that, we're watching it from afar.
right. So
It will pilot.
the rubber ducky doesn't know that the water is moving through it, that it's moving through the water.
No,
All
it'll
it
look
knows,
actually, it
all
should
it
be able
know,
to detect it.
it should not be able to detect it. The
Well,
clock is
if it is what I mean by this, if it's sensitive and had a physical, if the ether is a physical manifest acting on light,
how would the rubber ducky? How would the rubber ducky? Let's say the rubber ducky.
you'd have
How
to be a
would the?
scientist doing
Excuse me.
experiments. You'd have to be
Excuse
scientists
me.
doing experiments, looking with accurate clocks.
How would the rubber ducky? Let's say. Okay. How would the rubber ducky know that it's moving through the water? Right. So you would
No, I'm
say
with you on that. I'm imagining this is in space, by the way. Right? Yeah.
it doesn't matter. So
Well, it kind of does.
the rubber ducky, as it's moving in the water, it doesn't notice anything strange with the tick tocking.
No, it's too slow.
What do you mean it's too slow?
It's too slow. You ain't going to notice
What do you
any
mean?
relativistic effects until you get at least, say, I don't know, sensitivity we got probably about 20% of the speed of light.
Okay, but
Okay.
let's say no, but this rubber ducky, let's say it's moving at 50% the speed of waves in water.
Yeah. Okay.
So theoretically, it should notice that it's ticking slower, but it can't because this is the clock. It doesn't have another clock by which to measure the first clock. This is the only clock it has.
Yeah. Sure.
So the rubber ducky can never notice that it's moving through the water.
Yeah.
It
Well, that's kind
thinks
of like didn't Newton do something like this on a ship once? It was very similar.
no. No one has ever done this. I'm
Was
the
it
first person.
maybe Galileo? No, Galileo's done an experiment like this years ago.
No, no one has done this. I'm the only person ever to have done
Do
this.
you realize that you have to really be going fast? But for any
No,
effect.
this is water. This is a rubber ducky in a
Well, yeah,
bathtub.
of course, you're going to see no effects.
That's the point.
An ether, right? Yeah.
That's the
Something
point.
like that's not even.
But that's my point. My point is the rubber ducky. Hold on.
Yeah.
My point is that. Hold on. So my point is that the rubber ducky can never notice. There's no way for the rubber ducky to know that it's moving through the water, because the rubber ducky is always measuring the tick tocking as a constant.
I don't really know what you're trying to prove there.
Let's say, right, the rubber ducky doesn't know of anything else but water waves. And let's say the rubber ducky is trying to measure the speed of the by which the water waves travel back and forth.
Right.
But it's always a constant. It's always the tick tock. The only clock it has.
If it's a pulse clock, the waves on if it's water waves, they're all different. But I ignore that. Right. Let's go uniform. Let's pretend you got uniform waves, water waves bouncing around. I don't know what you're trying to see with an analogy of a duck on the ocean.
It's a rubber ducky in a bathtub. And as you move the rubber ducky in the bathtub, the tick tocking relative to you slows down. So you see So you see the time dilation as experienced by the rubber ducky, but the rubber ducky never measures the speed of the water waves to change. The
No,
water
he has
waves,
a clock which is consistent,
exactly.
right? Which is why I don't understand what you're trying to prove. Because
I'm
you
trying to
want to see
prove.
time dilation effects
I'm trying to
until you're
prove.
really, really up there. Do you know 50% of the speed of light is a time
No,
dilation of
no.
about
There's no light.
1.1
There's
seconds.
no light. There's no light. There's
Let's
just
forget about
water
that.
wave.
Call it what you want, right? Yeah.
So here's
If you
what we're.
accelerate to what we used to call the speed of light, right?
No, no,
If you
no,
get
no light.
50% of whatever that speed was,
No, you don't have to talk about the speed of light. We talk about the speed of water waves. Here's what I'm trying to prove. I'm trying to prove.
I don't get it. You're going to be able to prove anything with this.
Yes, I'm proving that the speed. I'm proving that the speed of water waves is a constant
They're not.
for
The speed
all
of sound
moving.
is different at different atmospheres,
No,
at
no. The
different pressures.
speed. No, no.
You
The
do know
speed of
planes
sound.
right, that travel at
No.
Mach 1, like, because this is
The
Mach
speed.
physics, right?
The
Yeah.
speed.
They have to go high to do it effectively. Otherwise, they waste all their fuel doing it low because it's different at different pressures.
No.
Yes,
No.
that's a classic physics
Well,
issue.
so let me finish a sentence. Every time I say no and you say
Well, carry
yes,
on.
right. So there's no point when I say no that you say yes, and I say no and you say yes. So let's maybe stop it. When I say no, just ask me why. Why do you say no? So if you measure the speed of sound using a sound clock, then you're always going to measure the speed of sound to be a constant. If you measure the speed of water waves using a water waves based clock, you're always going to measure a constant speed of water waves.
Okay, I got some
If
questions about
you,
this.
excuse me,
I want to ask some questions about this in a minute. So
okay, I'll just finish.
I'll let you finish. Yeah.
So just the punchline: if you measure the speed of light using a clock that is based on light waves, you're always going to measure a constant speed of light, which is what is happening. We measure the speed of light to be a constant because we are based on light. Because any clock we use is just based on light waves. It's based on the ether. And since the ether moves through us, just like water waves move through the duct, that's why the speed of light is a constant. That's the proof for the constancy of the speed of light. So the constancy of the speed of light depends on the ether. Otherwise, it's just an assumption, just like Einstein. He just assumed the speed of light is a constant.
You're doing that now, by the way.
No, I prove it.
You can't prove it. But
I just did.
Well,
we just. What did I?
Well, like I said,
What
I
do
had
you mean?
questions.
Excuse me?
Remember, I had questions. Firstly, I need to know what you mean by a water wave clock.
Hold on. When can we do orbital and electron talk? Whenever you want, cruise ship.
What's a water wave clock and an air wave clock and a sound wave clock and a light wave clock?
So, as I demonstrate in the paper, the rubber ducky is using a water wave based clock.
Right.
This is his clock. So
how
this clock.
does that work?
Mm-hmm. Go ahead. What do you mean? How does that work?
How does that work? A water wave clock, right? How does it work?
It vibrates,
right.
Creates a shock wave. The shock wave is a water wave. It's a water surface wave that propagates to the detector. And when the detector detects this shock surface wave, it responds with its own back water surface wave.
That can't be uniform, right?
Excuse me?
You know that can't be uniform.
What do you mean uniform?
It's not a vacuum.
No, it's water. This is a rubber ducky in the bathtub.
So it's not going to be completely even.
It doesn't need to be.
Well, it would need to be if it's a clock.
No, it doesn't need to be.
Well,
The
if you're
rubber,
doing a measurement, you want it to be accurate.
as far as the rubber ducky is concerned, that's as accurate as accurate.
Sorry,
As far as the rubber,
that's not really acceptable, is it?
well, the rubber ducky doesn't have anything better. This is what the rubber ducky has.
Okay, but you'll forget the rubber ducky. Pretend to be the rubber ducky. You're now the rubber ducky.
I am as a
It changes
person.
nothing.
As
still
a
the same
person,
problem.
let me speak.
Yeah, sorry.
Let me speak. So as a person, I'm actually, this is what this paper actually reveals, that we think that we have a different type of a clock, but we don't. Our clock simply waves through the ether. That
Okay,
is why. Excuse me.
You postulate that the ether exists, right?
Mm,
Sorry, I'm just not used to that because every bit of evidence I've ever seen, it doesn't.
well,
But,
here is the evidence. So why is the speed of light a constant?
because we assumed it. Einstein said
That's
we
not a
assumed it.
reason. That's not a
No,
reason.
I'm going. Why you asked?
I'll
Let
ask
me
you again.
get there.
I'll
Einstein
ask you.
assumed. I'm
I'll
telling
ask you.
If you're not
Okay.
going to let me say it, then how can I?
Well, I'll ask you again. I mean, I don't know what else to say.
You don't let me finish the statement, and then
I'm
you interrupt it, and I
explaining.
can't get there. Can I?
Here's a
You've explained
paper.
this. You've explained this, right? You've explained
Here's
this,
a
and I'm
paper.
interested.
Here is a paper
But this doesn't
proving.
prove what you think it proves.
Go on.
This is all you've got is like it's a thought experiment, right? All you've got is a rubber duck on the ocean propagating water waves from one point to another.
In a bathtub. It's a rubber
In a
ducky in a
bathtub.
bathtub.
Okay, this is terrible. There's no control variable here, right? There is no uniformity in your clock. It is affected by everything. Humidity,
Yes.
refraction.
Yes.
I don't expect we're trying to prove.
We're proving that the rubber ducky is always measuring the speed of water waves to be a constant.
But then they won't be.
Yes, they
But
would
it might
be.
just be inaccurate enough or near accurate.
It doesn't matter.
Look at it.
It doesn't matter. It's
It
all the rubber.
absolutely matters.
Okay. Yeah, go on.
Well, it
How
absolutely
the
matters.
Yes, go on. Yes, go on.
Right? That's
Yeah,
all I
go
need to
on.
say. I don't need to go on.
Yes, you do. What do you mean?
Why?
It matters. Show me where it matters. I'm saying it doesn't matter. You
I can
need to show me.
GPS satellites right now that if you
No,
don't make
no. Show me. Show
gravimetric
me the.
calculation, it will go out of
No.
sync.
No. Show me the rubber duck. Show me where
I
it
can't show you the
matters.
rubber ducky because it's nonsense.
What do you mean it's nonsense?
It doesn't mean anything, right?
What do
Water
you mean it
waves
doesn't mean anything?
will depend on the mass of each wave, right? Yeah.
Depends
You've
on
got to
what?
make sure that there's a uniform.
I don't understand what you're saying. Depends on what? On the what of each wave? The mass? On the what?
Be like that.
I didn't hear anything you just said.
I'm sorry. Okay,
completely-
this might be my mic. Yeah, sorry, man.
Yes.
What I'm trying to get at, right?
Did you say that it depends on the mass of the wave?
or the energy? Depends how you want to scale it, right? The mass, the wave traveling has a
Yeah.
mass, right? Or an energy.
Okay.
If there is any deviation, it will be different.
Different. What do you mean different?
Fine.
Will the rubber ducky be able to ever notice this difference?
He might be able to if it evolves a bit.
What do you mean evolves? It's a rubber ducky. It's a machine.
Okay. Sure.
It's a contraption.
You see what my
No.
point is, right?
No.
Replace
It's a-
you with replace you.
That's exactly the point.
Right.
Now the
Have you
next
ever
step is
noticed? Yes.
no. What do you mean?
Well, I'm noticing it.
How? What do you mean you're noticing it?
I would notice this. I would ask, "Where's the control variable?" This might not
I
be
can't hear you. I can't hear you.
I would ask. Can you hear me?
Yes,
Hello?
but I'm actually growing a little tired. I think we're wasting
bet.
time. I'm afraid.
Okay. Sure.
I'm afraid. I don't
Go
want to
ahead.
waste. I don't want to waste your time or my time.
Yeah. I just let me say a couple of things
You
about this.
you can you can say whatever you want, but I think I'm not. I don't feel like I'm getting anything out of this discussion.
Yeah, I think you've been slightly obstinate, but
What do you?
yeah.
What does that mean? I don't know what that
Well,
word
I
means.
think
Obstinate.
obstinate. Like challenging. What do I want to say it? Yeah,
Challenging?
do you really think that
I'm not getting
this?
anything. I'm
Okay.
not. I'm not challenging. I'm not getting anything out of this discussion. I feel like you're saying nonsense, and I'm not being. I'm not being challenged. You're not challenging
No, I
anything on
guess
the.
that, but I know why. Because well, if you can't see why that's not good science and why that's not good physics, then it's not my problem.
Yeah,
That really isn't. You're not gonna challenge and overturn relativity or prove an ether with that. By the way,
I'm not
at all.
challenging relativity. I'm
You
giving
said it was a
the.
proof.
I'm giving the proof for relativity. I'm not challenging it. I'm actually giving it better foundation.
Relativity does not need ether. It only works without ether.
No, it doesn't.
It does.
Relativity. Well, okay. Look, we're wasting time. It's good. Look, I
Right.
thought I thought you would be. I thought you had actual substance to contribute to this discussion.
Well, it's all there, dude. I can't believe you don't know it or see it.
Okay,
The mere
I don't
fact that
know.
we don't
I
talk about
don't know
ether
what you.
should be good enough.
That's not.
There's no conspiracy, dude.
That's a lot. That's a logical fallacy. I
There's
didn't say
no
there's. I
conspiracy.
didn't. I didn't say there is. That's irrelevant. I
So
never.
why would you replace it? What are you going to gain? What would it teach us that we don't know? And what would it uncomplicate? It would make things way worse.
Well, it is. It is the truth.
You
No,
say it's true.
yes. So, what do you? Of course, I say it's the truth, and I
So
have evidence.
why don't we go speak to some like top level physicists and find out? I mean, it
Well.
should be fairly
That's
straightforward.
why. That's why I'm writing a paper. I would like to get.
Yeah, well, if that's in it, I would suggest you change the experiment.
This has. You mean the thought experiment?
You rubber ducky.
Change it to what? Change
If
what?
that's not doing anything.
This is proof. This is a mathematical proof.
Why do you think a water wave, right, between 2 points that pulses like a clock is going to prove an ether? It's in an atmosphere.
This has nothing to do with an atmosphere. So what? What are you talking? Okay, okay, this is enough. Look, thank you so much for joining me. You're welcome to
Yeah.
come back.
Mr. Slave, look, don't. I don't think you're bad or anything, right? You know, if I come across as attacking you, I'm attacking what I think is.
I don't
where I
know
think
what you
it's possible.
keep saying things that are so irrelevant that I don't know how to deal with them. Like,
You say irrelevant, right?
yeah,
I
look,
mean,
you
why?
how
Why do
is
you think they're
because
irrelevant?
because you say atmosphere before you said that the waves have mass of energy.
What?
These are
What?
these are irrelevant. These are
You can't
completely
have a
irrelevant.
clock, right?
Look, it
Made
doesn't matter.
of kinetic pulses, right? That's not
Okay,
an ether.
whatever. Okay, whatever. I
It's not a
cannot.
clock.
I don't look. I okay, whatever.
It's
Look.
subjected to curved
Okay.
space.
Yeah. Okay. Exactly.
Mm.
Anyway.
No, what? You don't believe in gravity, then, do you?
Okay. Whatever. I I don't disagree with. It doesn't matter. Look, it
Yeah,
doesn't.
I won't make a thing of it. I'm just curious. You know, just let me know what you do think of it without telling me.
I'll
You know,
let you know. I'll let you know. You can watch my many videos in which I discussed
okay,
all these
I'm gonna do that. So I
topics.
guess you don't believe that it curves space. Yeah? You don't believe that. So that's all I wanted to know.
That's a different topic.
Yes or no?
Anyway, you can watch my videos. You know, we've gone very deep into that, and I'll write a paper on that.
So some other property. It's not curved space time. That's all.
Yeah.
Yeah? All right.
Not. Anyway, thank you so much for joining me, and
Well, I'll
you're
see if I can.
welcome.
Yeah, I'll
You're
see if I can
welcome.
fix my mic a bit better. Right. So.
Yeah, you're welcome to come back anytime. We can maybe next time we'll
Well,
have.
I'll prepare myself next time, right? A little better, and
Yeah,
we'll go from there. But,
come back anytime.
All right, dude.
Thank you. All right, man. Thank you for
That's
joining
good.
me.
Take care.
All right. See you. Bye bye. All right. That was an interesting discussion. Anyway, let me see what you're saying here. Not right now, though. I'm busy talking to my sweet Discord kitten and blessing her sweet little heart a nitro. Just kidding. I don't have one, but ladies over 21, I am available. But no nitro, alas. Okay. So, cruise ship, whenever you want to join me, welcome. Let's see who else is available. Judas. Who else? Andrew is probably sleeping. Everybody's sleeping. It's late. Okay. Oh my god. Oh my god. So we're fine. Let me see. Let me see. No emails. Okay, let me plug in the power supply. Okay. Let's check the audio. Okay. Let's check the audio. The audio's fine. Okay. What do we got? So the sag neck effect is useless. They don't rotate it. This is useless. They don't rotate. There's no rotation. A positive result in such experiment contradicts the hypothesis of complete ether drag. I don't care. This is nonsense. This is absolute nonsense. So look, Michelson failed because he did not have an ether theory. He didn't think through the ether. He just thought, well, maybe the ether is this, maybe the ether is that. He didn't come up with a theory of what is the ether. I mean, besides being some wind in the universe, he didn't think anything further of it. So I'm different because I started from Newtonian gravity. Anyway, maybe we need to just let go of this paper and just move on to the next papers, see whatever responses we get. Let me see what else we need to say that we have not said yet. I think we're saying enough. We should just publish it and that's it. What's the date? Today is 9/8/24. 9 is September. September 8th. There's no 8th? Whatever. Okay, abstract. Let's see. Einstein's second postulate of special relativity posits that the speed of light is constant, independent of the motion of the source or observer. In this paper, we argue that the constancy of the speed of light is not merely an assumption, but a consequence of the measurement process itself. Specifically, we demonstrate that when the speed of any wave is measured using clocks that operate based on the same type of wave, the result will always show a constant speed of wave, regardless of the emitter or observer's motion. We extend this reasoning to electrodynamic waves, suggesting that because all known clocks in the universe rely on mechanisms governed by electrodynamics, the observed invariance of the speed of light is a mathematical inevitability. This insight implies that Einstein's second postulate is a specific instance of a broader principle governing the measurement of wave speeds. this insight implies that Einstein's second postulate is a. Did we say? Yeah, we said it's a constant. Okay, is constant independent. Second postulate is a posit. Okay, so we already said what it posits. This insight implies that Einstein's second postulate is a specific instance of a broader principle governing the measurement of wave speeds. Our analysis underscores that the constancy of the speed of light is rooted in completely simple technicality, in a completely simple technicality rather than some mystical, metaphysical, esoteric, fundamental nature of reality. There's too many mystical things here. I don't like mystical, metaphysical. Maybe even, right, it's a fundamental constant, some fundamental nature of reality, constant of nature. I would just say fundamental constant of nature. Because that's what they call it. They call it a fundamental constant of nature. It's one of those things that they define. Oh, the speed of light is a constant. Simple technicality rather than some fundamental constant of nature, providing a new perspective on the significance of special relativity. Okay, introduction. In order to derive Einstein's second postulate, we will introduce the following thought experiment. This thought experiment will consist of a bathtub filled with water. In this bathtub, we will place a rubber ducky. We will add some technological advancements to this rubber ducky. Using these technological advancements, the rubber ducky will measure the velocity of the surface water waves. We will demonstrate that the velocity as measured by the rubber ducky will be constant regardless of the motion of the rubber ducky relative to the water. We need to also show that once we demonstrate this conclusion relative to the velocity of water surface waves, it should become obvious to the reader that a similar process occurs when we as humans in real life measure the speed of electromagnetic waves. Figures. Figure 1. In this figure, we are setting up our thought experiment. We're taking a bathtub and filling it with water. In this figure, we are introducing our rubber ducky into the bathtub. In this figure, we are introducing the rubber ducky's clock. The way this clock is going to work is based on the water surface waves. A water wave will be initiated from the top wave initiator towards the bottom wave detector. Well, I didn't say these parts, so there's no point in saying this. This is useless. The way this clock is going to work is based on the water surface waves. In this figure, and I say I didn't complete this discussion. Okay, so we need to complete these discussions. Okay, in this figure, we are adding the ticking wave transmission initiation, the initiated wave. In this figure, we're adding a water wave, a water surface wave. The rubber duckies, the tick initiator, tick initiator has initiated this wave. Okay, the wave has been initiated. Okay. This figure, this is 1.5, the ticking wave has expanded and reached the tick detector. Notice that this is the tick wave. It is a single wave expanding over time. The tick detector. Okay. In this figure, the tick wave has reached the tick detector. Notice that it has taken t equals 5 this happens to be true in the reference frame of in our reference frame, to be true in our reference frame. Notice that the rubber ducky has no way of knowing that it has taken any time for this wave to reach the detector, the tick detector. Okay. Okay. In this figure, the talk response wave initiator has been triggered. Okay, that's enough. The talking response wave transmission initiation. Okay. In this figure, so in this figure, what's happening in this figure? The talk wave has reached the talk detector. Notice that in our reference frame, this has taken t equals 5, but for the rubber ducky, no time has. Did we say no time has passed? No, that's not true. Of course it notices time has passed, but it has no way. But this is the only clock it has. So however much time it has taken, it has taken. It is. That's not the point, that it cannot tell. This happens to be true in our reference frame. But for the rubber ducky cannot. I don't know how to explain this. In this figure, the talk response wave initiator has been triggered. Okay, that's all. In this figure, but for the rubber ducky, no time. That's not true. You cannot say that no time has passed. In our reference frame, this has taken t equals 5, whatever t means. I'm not even saying that t equals 5 seconds. T is 5. we noticed that, but should I say it has taken 5 seconds? What do you mean by t? Do you mean time? It's not clear what I mean by these things. What is t? I don't know. Notice that in our reference frame, this has taken t equals 5. So we notice that time has elapsed because we work on light waves, but the rubber ducky works on water waves. Okay, 1 point. Second ticking cycle transmission initiation. Okay. Continuing on to its second cycle. This can go on forever. Okay, now we're moving to the next step. In this figure, the rubber ducky is moving through the water. A moving rubber ducky at some velocity. The rubber ducky's clock is ticking as the rubber ducky is moving through the water. Okay. Here is the big. Now, let's see what it says here. So, ticking wave reaches detector while moving, time dilation detected. 1. The rubber ducky at the time of initiating the ticking wave. That's the gray. 2. Detection. 3. The rubber ducky at the time that the ticking wave is detected by the ticking detector. It's already here. 4. We, as the stationary observers, can see time dilation. Right. We don't see, we notice. The rubber duckies clocks time dilation. Ta-da, 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 ta-da. Okay. 5. The fact that the wave needs to travel a longer path is also time dilation. What do you mean is also? Is, what do you mean is also? Is the cause. It's the cause of the time dilation. Okay, so in this figure, and this is the last figure. We don't need. There is. Oh, there's one more. What's the next one? Calculation. Oh, the velocity of waves as measured by the moving observer. So now, this guy is going to be measuring waves. Ned Keel. Are you asking me? Because I think you deleted the first message. I'm not sure what you're talking about. Tira, tara, tara, la 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 la. Ta li la 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 li la 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 la. Ti la 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 li la 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 li la 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 la. Tira la la la. Okay, let me see. The revolution. The distance is a constant, and the tick-tocking is a constant as well. The rubber ducky is wondering, what is the speed of the wave? Answer, constant distance divided by constant tick-tocking. The rubber ducky's scientific conclusion, the velocity. Wait, let me see what you're asking. I didn't. It errored out, but yeah. Also, I listened to a little talk you did and thought it was a funny conversation and thought I'd follow. Well, what you were listening to me talking to Jaws Incarnate? You can join me too if you want. We can talk whatever you want to talk about. Are you into physics? Into ether? Ether drag? Well, we need to change the title because we're writing the paper again. So let me just copy the name of the paper. La 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 la. Ti la 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 la. Okay, so we also debated Mr. Jaws. Okay, 1 second. Debated Jaws about the ether. And we're writing the paper. Oh, there's too much. Writing our. I'll be with you in a second, Ned. Just give me. I just want to change. Writing our paper. Okay. Okay, let me see what you're saying. From a skateboarder's perspective, yes, I love physics. Haha. I'm actually going to talk by Rodney Mullen on Monday in London. He loves physics too. Who is Rodney Mullen? Are you famous? Ned Keel. Let me try and look you up. La 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 la. Why did she turn? I heard this amazing analysis. What caused Candace Owens to turn? LOL, I'm not famous. No, okay, not famous. So who is Rodney Mullen? Why did Candace Owens turn against the Jews? Rabbi Tovia Singer. So I heard him today. He is brilliant. Jesus, talk about a brilliant person. The depth, like he analyzed Candace. You cannot. He analyzed her Christianity, her evolution through her Christian evolution. And I mean, I've never heard such depth. This guy, he knows the mechanics of Christians. Just genius, sheer genius. It was. I just listened to him for 7 minutes. I couldn't believe how much information he was able to pack about Candace evolution in Christianity in 7 minutes. Unbelievable. So Rodney Mullen is a famous skateboarder, quite old now. He invented the kick flip and lots old tricks. That's amazing. So, is he famous? I guess he is famous. Conversation number 2 with John McCann, Fractal Woman. Yeah, I don't know what she's trying to say. I don't know. And the crystal can split light particles 7 years ago. Wave superposition is nonsense. I don't buy it. Funny moments. Yeah, she was sweating. She was sweating between her boobs, so the puppy licked it. Puppies lick sweat. Quantum entanglement. Yeah, that's nonsense. Ariana Grande on Christianity. That's interesting. Situation in Russia is insane. Yeah. Wait, can I turn this on?
When Palestine is free from river to sea, what happens to the Jews?
لما فلسطين تتحرر من النهر للبحر شو بصير باليهود؟
راح نموت يعني راح نرتاح نشوف حياة أحسن.
We're gonna die. It's gonna be better. We're gonna have a better life.
Can they stay?
ممكن يضلوا؟
When Palestine is free from the river to the sea,
أيوة.
what happens to the Jews?
لما تتحرر فلسطين من النهر للبحر شو بصير في اليهود؟
اليهود بيروح منها شو بصير؟ لا بضل يهود إلا الفلسطينيين الأصليين.
They go from here. That's what's gonna happen to them, except for the original ones.
Who are the original ones?
مين الأصليين؟
الأصليين اللي هم اليهود اللي إجوا قبل ما يحتلوا بريطانيا وقبل اليهود اللي بكوا هنا انولدوا هنا وعاشوا هنا.
The Jews that were here before the occupation.
Mm-hmm. So Israel, the Israeli government paid Hamas to brainwash the Gazan people to hate the Jews. That's literally what happened. And now everyone is surprised. Oh, the Palestinians have been brainwashed. Wow. Wow. So I have an idea. So why doesn't the Israeli government keep brainwashing or paying for the Hamas to continue to brainwash the Palestinians? Because it worked out just so perfectly well until now. This is politics. This is why government is such a terrible thing. The Jewish government of Israel went to Qatar, begged Qatar for money, took the money, cash suitcases, brought them to Gaza, brought them to Hamas government to keep the Hamas government in power, so the Hamas government can continue to brainwash the people of Gaza to hate the Jews. That if you ever wondered why is government such a beautiful thing, well, now you know. That's it. That's government. When you create a government, you create the most incredible, crazy things you could never imagine. You would never imagine if you write this in a children's book. No one would accept it. This is just, it's too ridiculous. It's too ridiculous. What are you talking about? No, this is reality. This is government. This is government. This is the nature of government. Government is whatever you think crazy is, take that to the power of crazy, at least I would say 10 times. And even then, that's not crazy enough to understand how crazy government is. This is the result of government. This behavior. These people talk this way because government. That's it. Nothing else. This is not natural. Unbelievable. The real pilot mistake that got Victoria killed.
This is Victoria, and she was a flight instructor taking a student on his very first flight. Unfortunately, something went terribly wrong, and they crashed just a few seconds after getting airborne, and tragically, Victoria did not survive. That's why today I'm going to talk about the real pilot mistake that got Victoria killed, However, that's not the only story that we're going to talk about, because I also want to share with you the story of Alexis. She was a student pilot with an incredible future ahead of her, but unfortunately, she died when her flight instructor made a tragic mistake during a routine training flight.
Yeah, but I still think in general flight is much safer than anything else we do. I think it's too safe. Like the level of safety we experience when we step on a plane is out of proportion to the level of safety we adhere to in our own lives. Like our houses are not as safe as our aircrafts, which makes flying ridiculously expensive. So, as far as I know, it's completely meaningless. Highway mass shooting. Hate investigation into Georgia high school shooting. Desperate. New Hamas tactics, suicide bombings, and executions. Euler-Lagrange. I want to study Euler-Lagrange. Wow, amazing abs. Jesus, how do you get these abs? She must do a lot of abs workouts. Discovery of electron. Yeah, I'm trying to understand how they discovered the electron. This tube electron was discovered through vacuum pump. We reduced air molecule. We reduced what? Reaction to Veritasium's electricity, Maxwell laws, and relativity. Preview. Yeah, I watched it.
For example, it moves in the entire wire. It does not happen on the surface. There's no extra charges on the surface. And I'm going to discuss how if you have an open circuit, the extra charges collect on the edges, like with the parallel plate capacitor. And then if you have a closed circuit, you have no excess charges anywhere, but you do have a flow of charges drifting. And like Derek's image, tons of electrons are in the wire, and each push or pull their neighbors. So though I agree with Derek that the electrons are moving because of an electric field, I don't agree with him that the electric field is outside the wire. As Maxwell wrote in his equations that the electric field in the wire is related to the current density in the wire by the conductivity of the wire. And
what's going on? Oh, Ned has joined us. Hi, Ned. What's up? La 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 la.
And that leads me to my bonus video, and the reason it's called a bonus video is it's not very deep. It's just that I've been watching this show called Schmigadoon.
Hey, what's up? If you want to join me in the stream, you're welcome. You have the link. Let me pin the link. 1 second. Let me pin the link. I'll relink it. Can I pin from here? No. So I need to go to the stream. This is the stream itself. And click this, pin message. Okay, it's pinned. Yeah, why is she not speaking? Speak!
Which I adore. And there was a song in it where they're trying to encourage this girl to talk to her father, and they tell this story about a girl who keeps on ignoring her father, and she gets a letter that her father is dead, and the thing goes, dead. dead, 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 dead.
Got one last letter, and the letter said, "We're sorry to inform you that your father's dead." So, talk to daddy, talk to daddy.
And I said how funny would be if I said, how do you know a 9-volt battery is dead? And then plays dead, 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 dead. And my son looks up and goes, give me power, give me power. And I ended up writing a whole physics song about electrical power. And it has accurate physics, and it hopefully will teach you a lot about physics and be useful for teaching physics, but it also fits the song and it rhymes, or it, what do they call it? Imperfectly rhymes.
Imperfect rhymes.
Yeah, you know, like when you rhyme time with fine.
Oh, well, come on, that doesn't really matter.
It matters a lot.
I'm probably going to sing it with someone who can actually sing, so it's not that painful. That brings me to my next set of videos, part 2, 3 videos and a bonus video on Maxwell's equations. Okay, so I've made a lot of videos on Maxwell's equations, but in that process, I've realized some very important truths. The first thing is that Maxwell made a very big mistake when he wrote his equations, and it ended up confusing everyone. See, Maxwell wrote his first set of equations in 1856. And in that paper, he didn't do the 4 Maxwell's equations. He sort of did 1.5 of them. He came up with the equation for electric potential and electric field, and he came up with the equation for Gauss's law, and he came up with Maxwell's addition, and he didn't.
Okay, so these are, okay, this is Gauss's law that says that the divergence, I guess D is the electric field, is the electric density. So this is basically a fluid. Gauss's law is about fluid dynamics, is about the flow of fluids. The divergence of a field depends on the source, on the density. Anyway, I don't know. Okay, what does she want to say? So this is this correct? This might be an early version, so this might be incorrect. Ampere-Maxwell's law is that the divergence of H, what is H? This is the curl. The divergence, this is the curl. This is not the divergence. The del dot, the field, is the divergence, is how much it's behaving at any point as a source or a sink. And that depends on the density at that point. So this is the field at that point, and this is the density at that point. I think this is the density as a function, as a field function, as a field scalar function. And this is the field vector equation. This is probably, well, B is the magnetic, so what is H? I don't know. So what does she say?
With Ampere's law, but he didn't add Maxwell's addition, and he didn't add Faraday's law. So in his next paper, he actually started with Ampere's law, and then he just added that derivative of D to the equation, Maxwell's addition, and that's where he made what I think is his big mistake, which is that he said the thing he called the displacement field was a displacement, and the derivative of that was a type of current.
What is displacement? I don't even know what she means by displacement. What he means by displacement. Anyway, let's ignore that. So I was going to look up this guy, but oh, you haven't set up your mic. Okay. She's amazing. Kate. She's absolutely amazing. So is Becky. So is Becky.
So
Becky's also
2020
pretty
is
good.
the 100th anniversary of something that's been dubbed the Great.
Nothing interesting.
So you've just come out of high school electricity and magnetism, and you've learned that charged parallel plates produce an electric field between them, and steady currents produce a magnetic.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Okay, let's get back to our paper. So we were looking at this part. The revolution, the distance. What do you mean the revolution? What revolution are we talking about? Calculation. Velocity is equal to distance over time. Time is equal to ticking and tucking of the measurement apparatus, aka clock. Distance span between the two detectors, which is a constant. The revolution, the distance is a constant. And the tick-tocking is a constant as well. The rubber ducky is wondering, what is the speed of the wave? Answer. Constant speed, constant distance, constant tick-tocking. The rubber ducky's scientific conclusion, the velocity of the waves is always a constant c, regardless of the rubber ducky's motion. Oh, we have someone with us. Who is here? The real Jensen. Jensen.
Hey, what's up, dude?
Hey, you want to talk?
Yeah.
What do you want to talk about?
Tycho Brahe.
Tycho Brahe. What do you want to say about him?
Great guy.
What do you
Lovely
mean?
physicist. I learned about him in my physics class.
What? Really? What did you learn?
Yeah.
What did he do?
I learned that GM1, M2 equation when we were learning about gravitational units.
Gravitational units? Wait, what did
centripetal force, centrifugal force, centripetal force, that kind of thing.
Wait, are you in high school?
No, I'm in college.
So what course is this?
Engineering physics.
Engineering physics? What is in?
Yeah.
Physics for engineers?
So do you know the force that keeps you upright and doesn't keep you falling through the earth? Do you know what force that is?
No.
That's the normal force. And the reason that you're staying still vertically is because the normal force is canceled out by the gravitational force.
Interesting. So what engineering are you majoring in?
Engineering my way into your mother's vagina.
Very nice, very nice. Yeah.
Yeah, did you know that?
But you're lying. You're not telling me the truth. You're not in engineering. You're not in college.
Do you know how to calculate the tension force and do you know how to calculate the vector that goes in the x direction of the tension force when it's at an angle? You have to take the cosine of the angle or something. Or the inverse of the cosine.
That's
What the
pretty.
fuck?
That's pretty good. But you're not telling me what type of engineering you're learning.
I'm learning engineering physics.
Yeah, yeah.
It's not engineering, it's like mechanical.
What do you mean it's like mechanical? I don't know.
Like Newtonian physics, like the kinematic equations.
What's the name of the course, or what's the name of the major? I'm not tracking. What's the name of the major?
Oh, biological sciences.
Okay. Okay, what's the name of the course?
Engineering physics.
Okay. Amber, what's up?
Hey, dude.
Hey. Amber, why is
Amber.
your audio like I'm talking to Jensen? He's obviously saying complete nonsense, but at least his audio is good. I love.
No, you were saying it's pretty good. I was telling you about the cosine.
No, you were lying. Anyway, Amber,
No, I wasn't.
yes, you were. Amber, when are you gonna fix
What
it?
did I say that was false?
Everything you said is a lie. You're not being truthful.
I said the way to calculate the vector that goes in the x direction of the tensional force is by taking a cosine.
And I asked you, what is the name of your major? You never.
Yeah, biological sciences.
Yeah, sure. Okay, that's the name of the major. Okay, and what's the name of the course that you're taking?
Engineering physics.
Yeah. Okay.
Taking it.
Yeah, engineering physics. Sure.
I thought you went to school for like computers.
So.
Computer biology.
Yeah, he's lying. He's just lying. He's unable to say anything that is truthful. Jensen, why are you lying? Why don't you just be truthful? What's the purpose of lying?
To hide bad things.
Just stop lying. What's the point of lying?
Yeah, but it does that. So
No, it doesn't do anything. You just lose all credit in my eyes. That's all. That's the result. That's it. There's no gain. You're not gaining anything.
And of what worth was that credit?
Whatever it was, that's all you're getting. That's all that.
Of what use was that credit if it led you here?
Fine. You're happy. You're happy lying for the sake of lying. Then continue lying. I don't know if that makes you happy.
It does.
Then continue.
By the way, Amber, I talked to fucking dust bunnies yesterday. The whole vegan world was chewing him out. It was hilarious.
Good. I'm so sick of people thinking it's okay to lie about shit like that. It's disturbing.
Yeah. There was a guy with fucking Audacity, like this audio program that like re-engineered his real voice from that video.
Good.
Oh, Andrew.
Good, dude. Can you direct me to it or anything? Because I have some people who contacted me about it.
Okay, so I misspoke a bit. So basically, Dust Bunnies was like, that's not me in the video, like the Boolean Candy video. And I was like, everyone was like, yeah, that is you, bro. That's same cadence, same manner of speech, everything, right? And the guy, he literally like fucking did the Audacity software and got like, you know how like Dust Bunnies usually has this like gay high-pitched voice?
Yes.
So he like, and in that video, the voice was like, you know, low, like really low pitched, right? So he pitched it back into the high pitched voice and was like, look, it sounds exactly like you right now. So yeah, like he was just caught red-handed. And then also we there was, I think they're gonna like reach out to the Asian women in the video and ask about
We tried to do that, but whenever we did that, the accounts we found were just Dust Bunny impersonating those women.
Oh, really?
Oh, wait, Dust Bunny is that
Ali
we
Huang
already
and
found
Vivian Pham?
Yes, we did.
Oh.
Yeah, and the Vivian Pham person is also friends with the Daniel Schnur.
Yeah, that's what I saw.
Yeah,
because I had to like refresh my memory on all that lore, and yeah, like it's just so weird, and it's also like fucking you know, I had Dust Bunnies in the corner where he was like, because Dust Bunnies like, I don't know what you think of me. Like, I'm not that person. And I'm like, well, hold on. Are you Mr. 40? Are you Mr. Daniel 40? Or are you like Vivian Pham? Or are you Sally? And he's like, he was like caught in some lie, and then I had him like, I forgot how it happened, but at one point I had him admit that he was Sally, and I was like, okay, well, you're Sally, so
They have
he
multiple
admitted that he's
accounts on
Sally, so
Facebook.
he's like, so then we were like, okay, well then remove your voice changer, because since you literally just dox yourself, there should be no reason to be scared of your voice doxing you. And he's like, no, he just kept squirming, and we were
Yeah.
just
So
fucking clowning on him.
the last time we confronted that person, they said that the high pitched voice wasn't a voice changer; it was their real voice.
You know what you
Which
know what
it's like
game he was
it's
trying to
pretty
play right
obvious right
now?
now.
You know what he
What?
was trying to say now, because like initially I fucking caught him in like yesterday. This took place all of yesterday, right? So when I first confronted him yesterday, he was like, I was like, so that's funny. He's like, why do you troll around on Discord catfishing people? And he's like, well, actually, that video that you saw from Amber, that's very like dishonest, and I was actually like fucking trying to catch Fallen. He's trying to like use Fallen as like some kind of cudgel of like saying that like he was like
Yeah.
undercover to try to like catch him or something, and he was trying to like get you into like the whole thing. Here, let me send you this thing.
Wait, hold on.
He's
Before
trying
you
to
can,
say that
okay,
like,
okay, hold on. You're talking about this one topic that I'm completely not updated on. So, Amber, do you want to
he was
Amber, do you want to complete our discussion? Wait, we have Tristan. Who is
I
Tristan?
want to talk about I want to talk about this right now. That's why I invited Tristan. Tristan also is like in on the dust bunning thing. He helped me with the second confrontation.
But
so basically, Dust Bunnies was trying to claim that like you sent Natalie to talk to Fallen. Remember Natalie, that like she was like 17
Yeah, I
or something?
actually, when I tried to talk to Natalie and I was like, look, I don't know who you are or what your like game is, because she's been saying she was all types of ages from the range of 17 to 18. She would just change her mind. I tried to reach out to her when I found out that Fallen was talking to the 15-year-olds, and
Yeah, and
I
I
was
was
blocked, so I couldn't reach to Natalie at all. I've actually not talked to Natalie in probably a year. I'm not sure.
Yeah, well, what I think is going on is he's fucking clearly lying, and what I was telling him was just like, dude, no, like Amber, like
Yeah, he
because I
said
was there
with
for that
Amber's
entire.
consent. I never consented to it. Not only that, I was really pissed off about it and told her like constantly to stop acting like that. I literally told her like not only does it affect me like emotionally, but it's dangerous for her and like she's gonna get either
Yeah,
him in trouble or she's gonna get herself in trouble, and it shouldn't
yeah,
be something that she like you can't if you are 17, you shouldn't normalize that behavior for like your peers or for
yeah,
younger people.
exactly.
That's like I've never supported it. So if Natalie is part of the reason this bitch is going around saying I fucking groomed children with my ex-boyfriend. Also, Dust Bunny would not accept the fact that we're not dating anymore and keeps calling him my boyfriend.
Yeah, because he's trying to smear you because you made that video exposing
Yeah,
him,
I'm not
and
taking it down.
that's
He
what
can
I
kiss my
pointed out.
friggin' ass.
I was like, this makes no sense because at the time Amber was furious at Fallen for like flirting with Natalie. So
I
there's like
kept
no
trying to
way
find
that
him doing it because I wanted to prove he was
yeah.
cheating on me so
Yeah,
we
like
could
you weren't
fucking break
sending
up.
her to him. You were just trying to like fucking, see
I
if
was trying to
you
find out what was going on. Not only that, but
yeah.
he and she would constantly tell me they weren't talking to each other.
Wait,
Yeah,
but
and like
hold on.
fucking Discord faggots try to like use it as
Hold on. Wait, I'm completely out of the loop on this topic, so it doesn't make any sense for you to like talk about it here. I don't know what's going on.
we'll catch you up.
Hey,
Just
dude, we're just socializing. If you want, we can go somewhere else.
I was wondering.
I'll catch you up in a second. I just
Yeah, I can
it
add you
doesn't
to
take
the group
long.
chat if you want. Because we have a group chat going right now.
No, but the question is, Amber, do you want to continue our discussion from last time, or you don't care?
This is too important.
Wow, that's incredible. What?
Yeah.
Explain to
Yeah.
me. Can you explain to me the importance? Like, why is it important?
Well, dude, if you're being called a child groomer and a pedophile, and the girl that was fucking your boyfriend is telling people that he groomed her with you, I would consider that extremely important.
Oh, he's calling you that.
Yes.
Oh my god.
And
Yeah, no
I've been
one.
trying to find the root of it because Dust Bunny had been saying there were apparently screenshots that quote unquote like prove it,
Mhm.
and I've been
Oh yeah, he was saying that too, and I was just like,
yeah.
well, no, like just prove
Yeah,
it
like
right now. He's
I
like, well, it's
never
on my other
supported
account.
Natalie talking to him at all while we dated. I was actually really pissed about it all the time.
Wait.
And me and Canella talked about it too. Canella hated it.
So wait, Amber. So why don't you just block this guy and forget about him? What's the point? Like,
I care about my reputation. I care about the safety of others.
wait, what do you mean the safety of
here's the
others?
thing.
He's just trying to defame you. Like,
Do you ever think that that could possibly make me unsafe in real life and otherwise?
so what do you? How do you fight this thing? I mean, I've had to deal with that
The
too.
way I'm fighting it right now, I'm fighting it by putting the truth out there, talking about what actually happened.
Oh.
So
I'm
let me
defending
just
myself.
get back into this. So basically,
Sorry, let me
yeah,
interject real quick. Real quick. Sorry. Real quick, because I'm jumping in late. Do you mind giving me the bullet points of what I missed? Real quick, just catch me up.
Yeah, Jensen is in vegan world, so he can tell you what happened.
Yeah, exactly. Because I was just hearing a little bit of that you're jumping in, and you had a whole thing yesterday. And yeah, I just want to make sure I'm up to up to speed.
Yeah, so Dust Bunnies is just back in vegan world. Beyond and Evoke are kind of being complacent assholes about it. So we're trying, like, everyone besides those two are like on board with fuck Dust Bunnies. Even like the mod in there that I like had on my side.
He sure better
So
be.
so I think, like, you know, I think he's gonna get banned again.
They're not
and I mean,
in.
like,
They're not there anymore.
oh, okay.
Yeah,
Well, maybe
I
they
just saw this today. I just saw it actually before we talked. I was curious if they were still in that server, and they weren't. So I feel like after you maybe confronted them, they were like, "Oh, no, we're not gonna risk it," type thing.
Yeah,
Because they're in
they
a
kept
bunch of
having
servers, right?
Wait, so why
Yeah,
why is Dust Bunny That's his name?
Daniel
Yeah.
Schnurr is his name.
Daniel.
Yeah, Daniel Schnurr.
Daniel Sir.
Daniel
Schnurr.
Daniel Alexis
Schnurr.
40 Schnurr. That's his full name.
Schnurr? What kind of a name is Schnurr? Sounds like a fake name.
Well, the guy's got a bunch of fake personas.
So
So
what?
as far as we know, maybe it is.
So what's his motivation to hurt? Like, he's trying to hurt you, Amber, right?
Yeah, because he's trying to have me take down the video that proves that he's a man.
Oh, he fakes being a woman. He's trying to catfish men.
Like fucking smart
He
schoolboy 9,
faked
dude.
being he was faking being a minor at first. Now he's pretending to be 18, but he's still sending people this false identity.
Why is he doing that?
He's been sending people's naked pictures to people claiming to be them. That's a crime. We got the FBI involved.
Is the FBI responding?
No, it's an anonymous
They
thing.
will respond to the victim. Oh, okay.
Wait, so what is motivating Dust Bunny?
Probably a little likes to
Hatred, perversion, unstable mental health.
likes to do this kind of shit. Yeah.
So he likes pretending. So he sounds like he's trans, right? He likes.
Don't know.
Maybe that could be partially it.
Yeah, no idea.
It sounds like he's always pretending to be women. So he's a dude pretending.
Thing is, when I met Dust Bunnies was friends with the guy who ended up being my sugar daddy for a really short period of time. And the guy who was my sugar daddy had this weird thing with women and trans women. It seemed like my sugar daddy was a trans woman who decided not to act on the impulse and just remain a cis male. And he would always talk up like our trans friends and be like, "Oh, you're the one who's so brave. You're actually doing it, so that's why I want to support you." And then he was supporting me for like different reasons because he was like, "Your life sucks. I feel bad," and he was just basically in the end like a really controlling, impulsive person with bad mental health, and was just like throwing money at people because he wanted to see what they would do or like influence their lives. So I think maybe it could be a similar thing. Maybe they even met on the same incel forums that he was chilling in, because he would be in a bunch of incel forums and Discord and stuff and have alts just as often as Dust Bunny did. And he was also using the voice changer. So at first I thought, maybe they're even the same person, but like, they turned out not to be. And he started the exposure. He started the trying to find out who this person is, because
No, he blocked
and
me.
I listen, I can't confirm anything, but what I believe happened, I don't know, but what I believe happened is that because Sally, the fake person, was pretending to be a 17-year-old girl and was doing like cyber sex with people and also taking their money for it, I think that maybe Terrence, my old sugar daddy, felt like extorted and wanted to nip it in the bud before it got bad for him. I think that was part of his motivation, trying to prove that this person wasn't real. So,
by the way, have you guys messaged that Nelson 40 guy on Facebook? Because he could be Daniel's brother.
I don't know who that is. I haven't seen that.
Here, I'll show you. I mean,
Wait,
because this guy is
Amber,
like related to Daniel because he has Daniel in his friends list.
So
His
Amber,
last name is 40 as well.
Wait, so Amber,
Look, Mr. Slave, if you want us to leave so we can talk about this, we can. Like, we're all hyper fixated on it.
No, I'm trying to figure it out. I'm trying to follow the story.
This is the guy.
I told you all about it.
No, I'm still. What do you mean? I'm trying to figure it out. Like, why is Dust Bunny coming after you? So he's coming after you because you exposed him, but you exposed. But
he's a fucking freak.
Wait, but Amber, you exposed him.
How is this not obvious? I don't understand why you have to ask me the question, and I've already answered it, to be quite honest. Like, I don't get why we have to kind of keep circling back.
You don't have to do anything. I'm trying to figure it out. You don't have to answer. I don't know. Like, I'm trying to.
But I did answer.
Well, I'm still confused. Would it be? I don't know what to tell you. I mean, if I'm still confused and I still have questions, you don't have to answer. But I'm still confused and I still have questions. So.
Well, we can circle back to it after. Like, look, I've only got Jensen for what limited time he has. We can circle back and I can explain the whole thing to you. But right now, I need the valuable information he has.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, Slave, just chill out.
I'm leaving. Okay, you can stay. It's fine. It's fine. I'm leaving. I have to go to sleep anyway. I'll catch you guys later.
Okay.
I'm sorry. Yeah,
I'll talk to you in the morning.
Okay. Bye bye.
Okay, so Amber, this Nelson guy.
All right. Anyway, I think we're done. We'll continue tomorrow. Yeah. All right, everyone. Bye bye.